The most overlooked facet of cannabis use is the marijuana high. And that's what I'd like to talk about today. This is a clinical dissection of what it means to get high. It's something that every pot smoker does 2 or 3 times a day while they're self-medicating. It begins with the first toke, which is immediately followed by a feeling that the world is a nicer place. It's not as threatening, not as harsh, fewer sharp edges. That's the beginning, and we take more tokes, and each one increases the high until there's one that doesn't change it. And that's a signal that more tokes are going to be a waste of money right at that particular time. Why is that? Because you're high. So the important thing to know about getting high on marijuana is that you can't get higher than high. You get to a plateau that's characteristic and you're stuck there. It's quite different than alcohol. You can drink enough alcohol in one sitting to kill yourself. That happens several times every year at university initiations. The feeling of being high was given a name back in 1962 by the makers of Valium. They called
the makers of who?
Valium.
Valium.
They called it anxiolytic. And that's a pretty apt description of their drug, but an even better one for pot. What does anxiolytic mean? It means simply to dissolve or lyse anxiety. The reason it's better for pot is because the lung is a passive transfer organ. It delivers the medication immediately to the heart, and it's pumped out the aorta, and you feel it just that fast. When we eat pot, it's quite different. We turn it into a pill. And it has to be digested, absorbed, and then when it gains access to blood, it's delivered to the liver. And the liver works on that pot before the brain ever sees it. So there's a delay of 20 to 40 minutes.